Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real men of genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Airport Baggage Handler.
Mr. Airport Baggage Handler.
Why just set a bag down when you can throw it, kick it, or simply ignore it?
It's time for my lunch break.
SFO, ORD, LAX, the complex airport codes are almost unsolvable. But that's okay, because thanks to you, everything's going to Tulsa.
That's in Oklahoma.
When comforting a traveler about a lost bag or a treasured family pet, you need only remember 3 simple words. Airline not responsible.
Thank you for flying.
So crack open an ice cold Bud Light, oh king of the carousel. You give us all a reason to carry on.
Mr. Airport Baggage Handler.
Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Distributed by Crescent Beer, Mount Jewett.
This summer has Butch Lord written all over it.
Hi, this is Pablo Francisco, and you're listening to
Butch Lord's radio show. Jamestown was a peaceful community until Butch Lord showed up.
All right.
You're listening to the Butch Lord Radio Roadshow. The Butch Lord Radio Roadshow is the world's first touring radio show. We tour nationally doing live comedy unique to the cities that we tour in. We do live interviews unique to the cities that we tour in. It's the touring radio show, the world's first, the Butch Lord Radio Roadshow. 103.1 The Fox.
Welcome to the live show. Have you ever gotten on a bus? It's a psycho ward. Every psychotic, freak, nut job, maniac, psycho who can't afford a freaking plane ticket's on there. Apparently I'm their leader or something, too. Woo, man, oh man. I gotta tell you guys, I'm so happy.
We're ready to groove. You listen to Butch Lord Radio Roadshow.
6 o'clock in the morning, my head is spinning. Here we go again. I'm walking the line,
And the reason my head is spinning at 6 a.m. in the morning, Mr. Butch Lord.
As opposed to 6 a.m. in the evening. Thank you, Joe Glarner. Actually, Joe has to specify that for me. It's like, dude, 6 a.m. in the morning. Remember last time, a little confusion, 6 a.m. in the morning. So now that last segment there with Troy Vargas from Lakota Choppers, that was great. Troy was a blast. It was cool. They all came out to my show. He brought the whole shop down, and it was really cool. He had the bikes under the sign there for me. I got pictures with my name up with the sign and the bikes down there. It was really sweet. And he brought his medicine man that we mentioned in the story, which was so funny because the first thing his medicine man says to me when we come out is, "You need a sweat lodge," which is like, supposed to extract the bad juju. Now, it was really cool, the connection, how I found Troy Vargas from Lakota Choppers because of the cab driver. The cab driver found me because he was listening to Hank the Mechanic. The Hank the Mechanic connection continued because the next morning I show up at the T95 to do radio with Hank as promised. And it was really cool because he was telling me the great news that Cheech and Chong were coming to Wichita. It was just announced, so that was going to be awesome. And, of course, I was going to be making that return trip to Wichita. So we were excited about that, but we had gone outside to smoke and then have a cigarette. And so we bumped into this band in the hallway that was coming out of the country station. They're called the Low Cash Cowboys. They're a pretty cool band, actually. New band out of Nashville. They got a video on CMT. All the chicks dig them. They're like them hottie cowboys, right? Woo-hoo. But actually, they were cool cats, man. And my friend Hank is going down to do an interview with them and do a live remote at their show. And I was like, well, heck yeah, I'd like to interview him for my show, I'd heard about him from a friend in St. Louis. And so I wanted to go down and see what they're all about, man. So here they are. Out of Nashville, Tennessee, the Low Cash Cowboys, right here on the Butch Lord Radio Roadshow.
Butch Radio Roadshow live in Wichita, Kansas with the Low Cash Cowboys. And I'm with Chris right here, singer and guitar player, right?
That's right, man.
How long you cats been together, man?
Man, we've been together about 8 years, hitting the road about 6-7 years strong, about 200 days a year. And finally we got a single on the radio, we got a video on CMT and GAC. Here we are, baby, in Wichita.
So I told you that my friend had mentioned Low Cash Cowboys to me before, but I didn't know it was you guys until I heard it right here, and I was like, oh, my niece is going to be so bummed out.
Yeah, it's a fun song, too, dude. You know how you were, when you were in school, you couldn't wait till summer came around.
Right.
It's just got that feeling, man. You see all these kids especially saying, God, I can't wait to get out of school. I still feel like that even though I'm not in school anymore, that you just want to get out, and it's here comes summer that does it.
And summertime is one of them times. I spent the winter for the first time in a long time. I've been living in Southern California since the 90s, but I spent this last winter working on my radio show in New York, Pennsylvania, my hometown.
Oh, Lord Almighty!
I spent all winter in the snow,
It was
and when it's summertime, and that's what they've been playing it up there because they can't wait. So the weather broke, you know, and the summertime song. It's a cool tune, man. That's your first radio hit?
It's our first radio hit, man. We got a second one coming out this fall. And
I hope it is the one on the piano. Right?
It is. It's called Keep in Mind, man. Look for it. Check it out. But Here Comes Summer is a good first song to come out with.
I was telling your manager about Keep in Mind that I called my chick, right? Well, that song said, I got your new favorite song right here.
Oh, dude. Chicks,
yeah, dude. That is a new favorite song.
It's going to be a good one for us.
That song's going to get me laid.
It will. That's what we're trying to do.
That song
We're only here for that. That's it. Fellas, we're just trying to help our brother out.
See that? Look at that. There's your wingman right there. Low Cash Cowboys.
We're called the Wingmen.
They got you, man. Look for Low Cash Cowboys out on tour right now, all summer long, right?
Yeah, all summer long, man.
Low Cash Cowboys, all summer long, Nashville. Butch Radio Roadshow, everywhere.
That's awesome. Very cool.
That's cool, man.
Keep in touch with us, dude.
That's right, we are everywhere. The Butch Lloyd Radio Roadshow, backstage at the Low Cash Cowboys Show at America's Pub in Wichita. And you be sure and catch the Low Cash Cowboys as they tour all summer long. And when you do, if you're lucky, you may also find some other cool upcoming band opening up for them like we did in Wichita. That's where we found our next guest, Jason Callahan of the Callahan Band. We'll be with him next after the break on the Butch Lloyd Radio Roadshow.
Hey, this is Tommy Chong, man, and you're listening to Butch Lord, who, by the way, used to be my favorite dealer of all times.
Yeah, that was Tommy Chong. You're listening to the Butch Lloyd Radio Roadshow. Back with more in a minute.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real men of genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Blue Aluminum Bottle Maker.
Mr. Blue Aluminum Bottle Maker.
Your amazing creation allows us to keep our beer, our hands, and the Arctic ice shelf completely cool.
It's really, really cold.
The only problem we have taking a drink, removing our lips from the bottle after taking a drink.
My lips are stuck.
Sure, we need a beer this cold. Should we ever find ourselves running wind sprints at the bottom of an active volcano?
I'm on fire.
So crack open an ice-cold Bud Light, oh frighter of the frigid. Now, can somebody please pry this bottle from my frozen hand?
Mr. Blue Aluminum Bottle Maker.
Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Distributed by Crescent Beer, Mount Jewett.
The Butch Lord Radio Roadshow is a Glarner Group production, produced right here in Frewsburg, New York.